Hey, before I go in for the night, I wanted to share something with you. Something I remember very vividly happened many years ago. It was about my junior year in high school. And it was in January, one cold night. And you know what? Actually, it was shortly after my birthday. And I was driving home from work in my really sweet 1969 Volkswagen Bug. Driving home on the freeway. And it's just been one of those bad days. One of those days where everything goes wrong. And you were where I keep getting blamed for things that I wasn't even supposed to carry. I'm doing my best, but it feels like every mistake was building and somehow it was my fault. I didn't feel very heroic, that was for sure. It was just frustrating. And I was just ready to get home. It was raining, it was dark, and, I was just driving. It's something about that, I'm thinking about the sound of a Volkswagen just going down the road. The wiper blades are going as fast as they can on that flat screen windshield. The sound of the engine down the road, But as I was driving down, I noticed some flashers along the side of the highway. Car pulled over. And here's the thing. I pulled over that dark highway that night. And, I wasn't sure if it was safe. But, you got to think, this was way back before cell phones, before roadside apps or anything else. So if there was an emergency, you had to walk to get to a payphone. And so there was no quick help. And so when I got there, it was a young family. They were waiting for a highway patrol. And yeah, I was there just in time. And found out that the family's car ran out of gas. They were cold. They were a little worried. They weren't sure. They weren't in a familiar part of town. And the funnier part of the whole story is my Volkswagen Bug, it always had a little problem with the gas gauge. So I always carried an extra little gas tank up in the front by the spare. And, it's not because I was clever or trying to outdo anything. It was a precaution that I carried. And that night, that little precaution, it blessed somebody else. Grabbed the gas, poured it in. I'm out in the rain, let the family stay in the car. And we got the car started up. And to see the relief in their eyes, it was amazing. The gratitude from them was overwhelming that somebody pulled over and had what they needed that moment. And that was real appreciation, real heartfelt. And standing there in the rain as they're pulling away, it really made my day shift. I wasn't upset anymore. I forgot about it completely. All the frustration, all the blame, all of the finger pointing, and the weight that they were trying to put on my shoulders just fell. Because in that moment, I was prepared to help somebody else. Because I always came prepared. That little moment has stayed with me. Knowing that little preparation, just simple 3 little gallons of gas, was all it took to put this family back on the road and bless them. Those 3 little gallons is what I needed to get that day to go away. And here's the lesson I want you to take from this, is the little preparation that you do, regardless if it is 3 gallons of gas, or writing in your journal, or talking with somebody. Those are preparations that will carry you far beyond than you ever will know. So take those moments and let them fill your heart so that you will be ready to bless somebody else when that time comes. You're not alone. God loves you. I love you. Until we ride again. Thank you.